Hi Geoff, congratulations on your Honorary Doctorate of Sport today. How did it compare to your first graduation from Southampton Institute in 2002?
It was a lot. I tell you what, it was a lot easier to get the Honorary Doctorate of Sport than it was to get the degree in Fine Arts. 5 years it took me on doing it part time, and it really was a celebration of all that hard work and effort that had gone into it. But today it's completely different. You know, getting an Honorary Doctorate, you're on the stage, looking back at all the graduates, and yeah, it's great. It was a good day.
So what was it like, really, in front of all those graduates today? You know, all the attention was on you today.
Yeah, right at the end as well, when I had to do my speech at the end, and it's quite humbling, really. All those people paying attention to you, you know, listening to what you've got to say, hanging on every word, and they're the next generation, really. You know, they've done their bit, and it's their time to graduate and to go out into the world. You know, this big scary world out there.
You've done some outstanding things in your life. Your achievements, there are so many of them. There's a list of them from 2004 all the way to 2010. You know, you're an MBE in 2010. Where does this come in your?
It ranks really high because it's a recognition, really, not just of any old university. This is Solent University. You know, it's where I live, and for me, it represents the views and the votes, if you like, of people in my city. So to be honoured by the university is like being honoured by the city itself, and that means an awful lot to me as an individual, because I just appreciate, you know, how hard it is to win people's respect, you know, and it's just very humbling indeed.
What sort of advice can you give our students at the university? You know, you've got experience in marketing, you've got experience sailing in sport. What sort of advice can you give students from our university who face their own sort of personal adversities in life?
It's a good point, and you know, if you've got a crystal ball when you're 18, 19, 20, life would be quite easy, but you don't have crystal balls, and you don't know what's around the corner. I never knew when I was 18 that, you know, within a week or two I'd have a broken neck, spending the rest of my life in a wheelchair. So you've got to accept that there will be challenges on the way. I think it's really good to be clearly focused, you know. Clearly focused on what it is you want to achieve out of life. If you want to achieve something in your particular field in sport, then go for it. You know, and if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't matter, because other opportunities will open up on the way that may have been, you know, where your destiny lay anyway. I'm not a religious person at all. I don't believe in any of that, but I do think that opportunities open up as we go through life, and it's always worth pushing open a little door here and there, looking behind it, seeing if it's what you like. And who knows which direction your life's going to take. It's exciting. I think that the key is not to be afraid of it, but to be aware that when you're graduating and you're 20, 21 years old, you really think you're invincible. But when you reach my age, you know, sort of in my mid-40s now, and you hopefully got another 20 or 30 years to go, you realise just how, you know, life can be short, but life's quite long as well, and you've really got to make the most of it. Plan early as well is what I'd say.
So you touched upon your journey a little bit there and where you're going. What is the future for Geoff Holt? Are you going to sail around the world like we heard in your speech?
I'd love to sail around the world. It's an altogether different project to go around the world. It's going to cost upwards of £5 million, you know, and I haven't got any of that. So the project's we've got to do a feasibility study to make sure it's going to work. Then we've got to go and raise the funds. So if it happens, it'll be 3-4 years away. But if it doesn't happen, then who knows what will be happening on the way. Something else might be happening. So if it happens, I'll be the happiest man alive.
What does it feel like to have an Honorary Doctorate of Sport? You know, what does this mean to you?
Well, it's always, you know, good to put in your business cards, isn't it? You're not allowed to use it before your name, apparently, so you're not allowed to call yourself Dr. Holt. But I can put Honorary Doctorate after my name, and I think particularly because it's sport, people recognise that it was given to me because of my efforts in sport, and you know, it could have been some completely unrelated degree, but sport is the big one, because that's what I want to be recognised for. It's sport that's given me everything in my life and will continue to do so, and yeah, it's good, and I feel very proud to have an Honorary Doctorate from Southampton University.